Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This game is called Strike. This is by Ravensburger. I think it came out about 10 years ago, and as you'll notice, when I do it like this, the box seems to naturally open, which is a bit weird. And funny enough, it's actually doing a fine job of staying closed, strangely. But I'm mentioning that because I am actually filming with someone watching me, like with the Earth video. There we go, it just seems to do this weird effect. It is a sort of push your luck dice battling game, which a friend of mine was going to sell as his copy. But what you're trying to do is ultimately be the last person standing, a bit like the game No Thanks. Everybody is going to take a number of dice depending on the players. If you're playing as a 2, it's a 2 to 5 player game, you are going to take yourself 9 dice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're going to take them and you're going to keep them hidden. So basically you don't know how many left. You don't have to do that, but it's a nice fun thing too. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 are going to go back. So somebody is going to start off and roll some dice, and what we're going to do is see if something happens. So let's say I did that, and it's a 3. Their turn to roll, and they do that, and they can choose to stop. It's my turn, I can then roll. In this case, I don't get a match. I can keep on going, or they can go. Let's just say they have a go. They don't get a match. Let's say they're going to pass, it's back to me. I'm going to try and get a match. In this case, I managed to get a match, and I have to stop. I get these dice back, and now it's their turn. And then they might roll this, and they get a match, and it's back to my turn, and I get a match too, and it's back to them, and they don't get a match, and they might choose to stop. And then I happen to do this, which means that comes out of the game, and then it's whoever it was, back to their turn, let's say, and they get a match, back to my turn. Again, anytime I can move this around, if I bounce and it goes out of the box and it's gone, so that hasn't gone. But yeah, I can try and do this kind of angle. This comes out of the game too. Let's say it's my turn, I get a match. And there's a special thing I want to show you, which hasn't kicked in yet. Let's see if we can make it happen. And that involves basically going all in. Here we go. So, good timing. I now need to throw all of my dice. So everything gets rolled. And this time, obviously, X's get removed, which are basically the 1s. Anything that matches, I get back. So the 4s match here. We have got 2 5s match. We've got 2 3s. So I get everything back. And now it's back to their turn. They've got to roll 1 die. And then they can either try and roll again to try and get a match. They can keep on trying to match. But if they don't want to, then it's my turn. In this case, they got their dice back. So I'm going to keep rolling. And now it's they have to go all in again. And that's how the game's going to go until somebody's out of dice. So again, you might not know if they're out of dice because they might have 1 die left, you might have 2, you may not be sure. But what do I think of the game? I think it is very good, actually. Initially, I thought only kind of a 6 out of 10, but I think it's slightly more that maybe a 7. This is quite a nice effect. Like I said, it's a nice foam bottom, and dice can definitely fly out. They happen a few times. Sometimes they end up flying around here and getting stuck, in which case it's out of the game too. But you could play it whereby it's not out of the game and you can use another die to whack it. You can't just place a die. It doesn't have to hit anything else. You've got to kind of try and throw it in. And yes, it's quite enjoyable. It's fun. It says 15 minutes on the box, but we've played this game in a minute. That's how fast it can be. And yes, I recommend you check this one out. Check out how the setup play and review video, the AmassGames video, how the setup play and review, also available on Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads, etc. Alex is with me. Does that make sense? Anything that you've missed off? No? All thumbs? All good? Excellent. Well, we're going to give the game now. So there we go. Check out the comments as well over on YouTube and the podcast too. But for now, back to the table.